All right, welcome everybody. Let's go through lesson number 4. This will be short and sweet. It'll just continue from what we did in the last lesson with solving equations, but here there'll be a little more lengthier. So let's take a look here. It's stating that for exercise 1, we want to describe the property used to convert the equation from one line to the next. So the idea is, how do you go from this line to this line to this line, and so on, right? So take your time. What was the move used to get from here to here? Okay? And just a little remember, this will always be important if you don't remember it. You know, your PEMDAS, your parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, right? If you just need to have that in your notes, you could pause the video and copy it down. But actually going through it, what was the move that got from here to here? It was multiplying this x to the 1 and this x to the negative x. So then notice that, what was the name of this property? This is the distributive property, right? Okay. And then, yeah, all you have to do, what is x times 1? It's x. And x times negative x is negative x squared, right? Now, how did you go from here to here? What did you do? What was the move that happened, right? Here, and what I want you to do is pause the video and think about it, but the idea is we add x squared to both sides, right? So notice, you see how you have a negative x squared and a negative x squared? If you add the x squared on both sides, you'll just be getting rid of it, okay? Awesome. What I want you to do is pause the video and try and do the rest by yourself. What would you describe the move from here to here, right? Okay, for here to here, notice that what happened here? Here we just added the x plus 2x, so add x plus 2x, right? And that became 3x. Okay, so then what's the next move, right? From here, what did this person do? They added 24, so add 24 on both sides. Because here, if you add the 24 here, and you add the 24 here, this cancels out. And what is negative 4 plus 24? That's 20. Okay? And yeah, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, and then what's the final move over here? How did you get from here to here? You're going to subtract 3x on both sides. Okay, and then now we have 20 is equal to 5x. So yeah, just to kind of go through this, let's take a look at question A. What does it say? It's saying, why are we sure that the initial equation we had here, and the final equation, 20 equals 5x, have the same solution set? Well, let's just finish this up. If I have 20 equals x, what's the final move? X is equal to 4, right? Because what did you do? You're going to divide 5 on both sides, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. So notice how the equation, what is the value of x that solves this equation? It's 4. Does that also mean that the value of x that makes this side equal to this side, is that also 4? And that is yes. We followed the rules of math, right? Whatever we do to one side, we can also do to the other, you know. And let's actually check to see if it works. What happens if you substitute 4 in here? Let's just try it. You see, watch. Anywhere I put 4, anywhere I see x, I'm gonna put 4. So notice it's just 4, 1 minus 4, plus 2 times 4 minus 4 is equal to 8 times 4 minus 24 minus 4, the whole thing squared. And notice how when we actually solve through this problem, we're going to get one side is equal to the other side. So what I'd like you to do is just check it real quick by yourself. Let's see if this actually works. See, 4, so what do you do first? 1 minus 4, so you have 4 times negative 3, plus 2 times 4 is 8, minus 4 is equal to 8 times 4 is 32, minus 24, minus 16. Now notice what is 4 times, and let me actually get another piece of paper, so let me move this up a little bit and just continue this here. What is 4 times negative 3? That's negative 12, plus 8 minus 4 is equal to, what is 32 minus 24? That is 8 minus 16. Now here, what is negative 12 plus 8? That is, negative 12 plus 8 is negative 4, minus 4 is equal to 8 minus 16. Negative 4 minus 4 is negative 8, and 8 minus 16 is negative 8, and notice how we have one side equal to the other side. So it held. Okay, and that was the check. Alright, let's try and continue on. This question is a little extra, we could ignore it. What I'd like you to do is try and do this question on your own, right? Solve the equation for x. How would you actually do it, right? And yeah, so let's see. Maybe this symbol over here might be a little bit confusing for you. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me get a good camera angle. Okie dokie. Okay, that's better. Now here you have, what's the first move? Notice that this notation here, these are brackets, right? And generally, you want to do what's inside the brackets first. So notice how we have that 8 minus 3 times x minus 1. Let's focus on this, and then we'll focus on the rest of the problem. So what would be the first move? So here, the first move, number 1, would be to distribute the negative 3 to the x and the negative 3 to the negative 1. So notice now this becomes 3x minus, parentheses, 8. Now what is negative? Notice how it's not, the trick is it's not 3 times x, it's a negative 3. You have to be careful with the symbol here. So this is 8 minus 3x plus 3 brackets equals x plus 19. Okay? So the first move would be to distribute the negative 3 to the x minus 1. Okay? And notice how we simplified it from here to here. Now, what would be the next move? What would be move number 2? What I want you to do is pause the video and try and figure it out, right? The next move would be to still do what's inside the bracket. So can we combine these like terms? We can combine the 8 and the positive 3. So notice that this becomes 3x minus, bracket, 8 plus 3 is 11 minus 3x equals x plus 19. Okay? And now we just continue on. Now here, now these, I think these brackets might confuse some people, but the idea is treat these brackets like parentheses, okay? So the same thing would happen if we had parentheses here, but instead we have brackets. What would be the next move? It's a little tricky, but you would have to distribute, oh wait, let me actually, I forgot to write it down. So we added 8 plus 3, okay? So what would be the next move? It would be this, we would have to distribute the negative symbol here to the 11 and to the negative 3x. So we have 3x minus 11 plus 3x equals x plus 19. Okay? Now we got rid of the parentheses and the brackets. Now once we get to this point, it shouldn't be too bad. But how would you continue further? So what did we do here? We distributed the negative 11 minus 3x, that became negative 11 plus 3x. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just realized my camera angle was really bad. My bad, guys. Okay. Alright, try and continue the problem by yourself. And what would you do next? Right. So the fourth move, what would you do? Can we combine anything here? Not yet, but we can combine this 3x and 3x. So we're going to add 3x plus 3x. And notice that this becomes 6x minus 11 equals x plus 19. And then from here, it really shouldn't be too bad on how to continue forward. Pause the video and try and do it by yourself. But here, what's the next move? Well, there are actually 4 things you could do. You can subtract 6x on both sides. We can add 11 on both sides. Or we could subtract x on both sides or subtract the 19 on both sides. Personally, I like to add. So what I'm going to do is I will add the 11 on both sides. So 5 add 11 on both sides. So now we have, going through all my colors here, we got 6x and negative 11 plus 11, that's 0. So it's equal to x plus 30. Now, yeah, pause the video, try and think what's the next move, right? Try and do it on your own. So here, next one, number 6, we're just going to subtract x. And now we have 5x equals 30. So here we subtract x on both sides. And the final move to finish it off, number 7, we're going to divide 5 on both sides, and now you have x equals 6. So the last move is divide 5 on both sides. And that's it. We have x is equal to 6. And I realize I used a bad color. This might not show so well, but let me just zoom in. And yeah, and x equals 6. And what we could do is, we could check, if you want for extra credit, why don't you check that when you plug in 6 in for x, you get one side is equal to the other side. Okay? Alright. What I want you to do is, try and do these 2 questions over here by yourself. And what I'll do is I'll make a separate video to go over each of these questions. Okay? Good luck.